do.
Thank you so much, every
Sean
one of
Tierney.
you, each and every one of you, thousands and thousands of people who are kind enough to show up here today to join us for this little talk. I would call this one Selling Pinnacle. So I joined the team in June of 16. Pinnacle is always more about, more than just your title that you might have at any particular time. Pinnacle is more of a movement about what the world could be if we kind of opened our hearts and minds and said, what is it that we want? How can we go about getting it? And then the management here has assembled a team of like-minded individuals who all have that goal in mind. So, Selling Pinnacle. I originally went into law school because I did not want to go into sales. I didn't see the value in it. It wasn't particularly challenging. The mental image I had of sales at the time was picking up a phone and trying to sell shoes, right? I don't care about shoes. I don't know you. I don't want to sit on the phone all day. And so that was kind of where I was after college, and that's how I ended up staying in school, getting into law school. After law school, it was 2008, so I graduated in 2007, came back and was really seriously considering my career options in 2008. What happened in 2008? Real estate people?
Recession.
Big crash, and that hit everybody. So prior to everyone understanding the significance of what was happening, I could get interviews all day. I had, tons of options, and then one day it just all changed. Couldn't get callbacks. Everyone who had, who was entertaining offers said, nope, sorry, we're not going to make any moves. And I was left stuck. What am I going to do? What am I literally going to do right now? And about that same time, I got a phone call from a friend of mine, also in the St. Louis area, said, hey man, I just got a referral on a case that I'm not going to take. What do you think? So I said, sure, let's do it. And at that point in time, I was faced with basically a situation where I could keep, begging people for a chance to show them what I can do, begging them for a paycheck, and that's essentially how I felt inside. It's not really what it was, but that's kind of how it felt. Or I could get out and go make my own money. And so that series of events led me to starting my own firm. I had no files. I had no idea what I was doing. I had nothing other than, myself and the support of the other attorneys in the area and the relationships that I could build. So kind of started from there. And as I came to the understanding that my absolute survival was literally hinged on my ability to sell, to connect with people. Once I understood the power of that, the power of the ability to create your own sources of income, to be able to control whether or not a deal got closed or not, that changed my entire perception of what it was that I was doing. And the term sales, really, it's about connecting with people. You're not going to close every deal. Not everything is going to go, super perfectly, but your relentless pursuit of connecting, of solving problems, is really what sales is all about. So fast forward here, I spent the next 7 or 8 years building a law practice. I'm Sean the lawyer. Whatever you need, give me a call. Successful. I built a practice. I got a house. I'm paying my bills. I'm doing all these things, and every dollar I got was a handshake, eye contact. Thank you for your trust. So fast forward again to this summer when I joined the team, and now my role in society is like changing kind of. You can think about it like that. I'm not shaking hands and saying I'm a lawyer. I'm not shaking hands and saying I'm a loan officer. I'm not, really what am I doing? So it's been a very interesting time. But what is really easy about, even without having a set label, what's really easy about this is the people. I can sell you guys all day. I can't wait to get out and tell people about what we're doing here. It's so exciting. Everyone's been given an opportunity to essentially create their own world, and that's super duper exciting to me. So sales, again, is about connecting. Being a lawyer, you're really basically going through boot camp or Hell Week type training where you're expected to sell, you're expected to prevail, get your way, if you will, in the least friendly environment that you can possibly imagine. So you might have an unsympathetic client, you might have an unsympathetic jury, and you will have a prosecuting attorney who, 9 times out of 10 is going to move heaven and earth to shut you down to make sure you don't get what it is that you're asking for. So you sell in that environment, and that really, it's very humbling, but it's also inspiring. You know, it really can't get any worse than that. So if you're able to exist, find your inner peace, find happiness, and continue to do that day in and day out, you come out almost like special forces. You know, now I have a team of how many people who are working with me who have my back to make sure that we're able to do what it is that we set out to do. So that change is really remarkable. It's fun, you know. It's just so great to be able to share everything with everybody. So now when people say, what do you do? My number one answer is,
make dreams.
Yeah, I make dreams come true. That's totally true. You know, because here's another thing about selling, and for the people who don't like to sell or say, you know, it's not my thing, I don't want to do it. Number one, it will always empower you to be able to go anywhere, to be able to do anything, to be able to negotiate your salaries or whatever it is that you're trying to get. I mean, that is power. To be able to originate business is power, and power is also sometimes freedom. So you can, you know, you're more portable in the sense that if you're, you know, somewhere where you don't want to be, if you can originate business in whatever industry, now you have a place in that industry. So that's really powerful. You know, God forbid something happened to Pinnacle and I had to go back out, that's fine. You know, I'm absolutely ready to go. You know, I wouldn't miss a beat. I wouldn't, it'd be, you know, hopefully nothing like that ever happens, but I know that I'm going to be okay because I have the skills to do it. So when people ask me what do, I say I make dreams come true, and then from there you can kind of get into more of some of the sales techniques of finding out what it is that you might be able to do. What connection might you be able to make? What problem of yours can I solve? You know, how can I help you? If you have that mindset, you know, what used to be this cold calling about shoes that you don't care about is now, how can I help my brothers and sisters? You know, how can I make your day better? Okay, and also the corollary to that is that you can also experience financial gain from that, which is, you know, something that we need to do. So always look for that connection. If you take that approach to all of your interactions with your hairdresser, people, every single person that you meet, take the time to talk to them, to see if there's, you know, anything that you can help them with, you know. And asking questions is another skill that you get as a lawyer. We're, you know, in this courtroom, and what we can do, how we can progress the story is really controlled. You know, the form of your questions, the content of your questions. You have this whole room of people who are just waiting to jump on whatever it is that you say and say, you can't say that. So we're really good at asking questions. We're really good at moving the story along by asking questions, and that's just a fabulous way to connect with somebody. How are you? What's new? How's your day been? I love, for example, at the grocery store, always chat with people at the grocery store as you're getting your groceries. You know, it's a chance for you to connect with somebody. So, and asking questions is a good way to do that. So it's not, hey man, come buy my stuff. It's, how are you? You know, and then use your questions to develop the information that you may need in order to make a connection. So after 5 months with Pinnacle, the transition from, you know, full-time lawyer to full-time Pinnacle enthusiast almost has been great, and some things are really starting to formalize now, and it's been really exciting, and it's just it's fun to be able to go out and to represent Pinnacle and what it stands for, and I have a really great tool set by virtue of my past career to go out and do that. So thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to making many dreams come true.
All right.